Hi everyone, welcome to another Autodesk screencast by Zonta of Repo Products. This screencast will showcase how to create animations in Autodesk Navisworks Manage 2017. If you like this video and would like to see more, please search for Zonta or VAR2016. Thanks for watching. Here I am in Autodesk Navisworks Manage 2017. I have a Navisworks file NWF open. I have my third person avatar turned on. I have crouching turned on, gravity, and collision. Collision is such that if the avatar touches something, it stops. Gravity is just that. It anchors itself down onto gravity, to the ground level. Crouch is if you have the third person touching something that it can get underneath and crouch, he will. And then obviously third person. When we're working with creating animations, there are several ways to do so. One way is to create saved viewpoints as snapshot images of a sequence of movements. And this was covered earlier in a previous screencast video, but we can do this really quickly here. So let's say, for example, I want a starting view like this. I can go over here to the save viewpoints and save that, and we'll call it slide 1. We'll then maneuver a little bit over like this, further in. And I can use the wheel if I need to change the angle of the view. I can right click and save the viewpoint again, call it slide 2. And keep doing this for my snapshots of my animations. So we'll save that, call it slide 3. Do another one over here, call it slide 4. And then let's turn him around and save this as well as slide 5. Now that you have it created, you can right click and say add an animation. When you do this, it'll ask for a name. We'll call it animation 3. Hit enter. And then you can drag and drop each of the slides that you have into that animation. You can do it as a group or individually. It comes in. You can sort them if you need to sort them by left clicking and holding the icon and dragging them up or down the list. When you're finished and you select the animation that you created here in the Save Viewpoints, you can head over to the Viewpoints tab of the ribbon under the Save, Load, and Playback panel and click Play. So if I go over here and I click Play, it'll rewind back and it'll play backwards because it started at that end sequence. I can also click Play to play forward, and it plays that animation as such. So this is one way to create an animation in Autodesk Navisworks Manage 2017. Another way to create an animation is to start where you want. So let's go back to an entrance 1 view. And again, we'll turn third person on. And if we start to walk, we just want to ensure that he's moving properly. You can go through, and you'll notice that depending on whether you have things like gravity, collision turned on, he'll move up or down and he'll get adjusted accordingly. If you run into this kind of snag where it doesn't do that, sometimes turning it off and turning it back on will fix it. Sometimes turning crouch on and collision on will also fix it. And if not, you can always start off with an animation or a previous saved view that has the data that you need. Let's go ahead for the purposes of creating another animation. We'll go ahead and zoom in here and start with this. If you head over to the Animate tab of the ribbon, you can actually record. So if I click record, it's going to record everything that I do motion-wise and save it as an animation. If I go over to the Viewpoints tab, I can click where it says Save Viewpoints and also record here as well. So I start the record, and it's going to automatically start recording I can go ahead and do my animation however I want. So again, I'll walk him this way. I'll rotate him around. And I'll move him forward again. And rotate around. And now that I've finished creating the animation, I click stop. It is automatically recorded and it's called animation 4. If you hit the plus symbol over here, you'll see all the frames that it made. You can right click any frame and rename them if you need to, or you right click and rename the animation itself. Back over here under viewpoints or under animation, you can go to that particular animation and click play, and it will automatically start the movement of that animation and play it for you. Now, lastly, when you're working with animations and creating motion like this, one of the things you may need to look at is under the Viewpoints tab of the ribbon, under Navigate panel, you have a linear speed and you have an angular speed that you can control to see how fast the person is walking. You can also use the Shift key when you're moving and he'll move much faster. And that's it. That's how you create animations in Autodesk Navisworks Manage 2017. Thank you very much for watching.